welcome to One and All. I'm Ashwin, representing India. I'm going to brief you about the basic rules and regulations of the Asian and Australian continents. But before that, let me tell you a little about my country. India has made immense progress in various fields after independence. One of them is the space sector. ISRO has been proven to be very successful in most of their missions. Also, with 1.3 billion people in the country, it is an added advantage to find any kind of expertise and help for any task at hand. Coming to the rules and regulations for the Asian and Australian continents. Let's look at the championship phases. Phase 1 is where all the participating teams will compete at the national level and the selected teams will qualify for the continental level. Phase 2 is the continental level for the same. Countries which do not hold the national level will be qualified to participate in Phase 2 directly. A few selected teams will again be qualified for the World Finals, which is Phase 3, where all the qualified teams from all around the globe will compete against each other. There are some key parameters to keep in mind. A mission objective will be given to all participating teams. And coming to CANSAT technical requirements, the CANSAT must meet all the technical requirements given by the hosts. Failing to meet any of the requirements may lead to disqualification. And evaluation and scoring will be based on 4 parameters such as technical achievement, scientific value, professional competencies, and outreach. To talk more about technical achievement, it consists of the mission's technical complexity, where the CANSAT's technical level, understanding of the technical concepts, and the originality of the engineering aspects of the mission is judged. Performance of the primary mission. The CANSAT's technical performance in terms of deployment and data collection for the primary mission will be noted. Performance of the secondary mission will be the deployer's technical performance in terms of deployment and the number of parachutes opening. And coming to scientific value, the assessment of whether measurements are done with a clear and well-founded scientific purpose, the extent to which the CANSAT is used in an original way, and if the data collection is appropriate for reaching the objective. Coming to scientific understanding, level of understanding of the scientific principles that underlie the project, and technical reporting as well. Professional competencies will also be noted. The jury will assess the team's collaboration and coordination, adaptability, and communication skills. The jury will check for teamwork, adaptability, and communication. Outreach. The team will be rewarded with additional points based on explanation how project is communicated to the university and the local community. So the marking scheme is based like technical achievement consists of 35% of the marks. Scientific value also consists of 35% of the marks. Professional competencies takes 20% and the outreach being 10%. Thank you.